Hey family, I'm gonna wait on some people to see that I'm live and then I'll begin. I'll share this in my group. I was sitting here, lately I only come on live when I feel led to. And I was just sitting here and I was praying and I was listening to a sermon that just brought tears to my heart and confirmation. And as I was sitting and I was listening to him, I was reminded that I have a flock, that many of you guys come to watch me, not because I move you or I entertain you, not because I sell waist trainers or sell books or any, t-shirts, but you guys come because of the power of the Holy Spirit that resides in me, because of all of the sad things that I have overcome or overcoming. And the truth is not a lot of real ones left. We are basking in a society where, and I want you guys to share this because this is going to bless somebody, but we're basking in a society where everyone is just moved by highlights and everyone is just moved by being in other people's business or, tangible things. And what happens with that is that when you're in a season where you don't feel like you have accumulated a bunch of tangible things, you feel like you're losing. You feel like you just, like you're suffering, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, I encourage you guys day in and day out, and I encourage you guys, and I just go through so many things behind closed doors. I go through, so many things that a lot of you see, publicly, and then so many things behind closed doors, and some things that I don't even share because I never want you guys to feel like, living a righteous life or, trying to do things right, that it's in vain, because I have come to learn that everybody everybody capacity of their mindset is different, and what I can fathom and what I understand you might not receive that in the same timely manner. It might take you a year or 2 years or 5 years to understand what I understand, or it might take me 5 or 10 years to understand what you understand. So I have come to learn that certain things you just don't want to share, or you want to be, led to share. But I really came on because I want to stress the fact to people, especially people that are really trying to do things right, that are really trying to depend on God and really trying, not to self-sabotage or, help me, Father, or not to depend on other people. And you just don't understand why you going through so much. You don't understand why, even some black people as a culture, why it seems like a whole other culture, no matter what demonic activity they do, why they keep reigning. Or if you're a part of a culture but you're trying to remove yourself from that culture, and then people think that you think like other people because that's what people see your culture do. There's just so many things, there's so many layers, there's so many things that people go through, and you feel like you have no one to run to because, like I said in the beginning, we're basking in a society that is just round off of highlights. You have to have 1 million followers, or you have to look like you're doing good in order for a person to listen to you. That's why I could have promoted my waist trainers. I know how to lose weight. I know I'm very educated in so many different things, and I could have launched those things when I had a six-pack. But I knew that it was important to take many people on a journey with me because so many people need to be encouraged. And the same thing with my walk. I know that I can just come on and just show the highlights. I can, build these businesses and build this ministry behind closed doors, and then let y'all see the highlights of it, the fruits of it, but I'm just the last of the Mohegans. I like to always say I am the last of the remnant, the real, the authentic, that I don't mind showing you my process. I don't mind showing you my journey, because I think we're being watered down by these, certain grace messages and prosperity messages. So when we're stuck in the wilderness, when we're stuck in process, and when all hell is raging loose, we're alone. We feel alone because people are highlighting all of these other things and they're not highlighting the struggle. Or people have overcame the process and now they want to discuss the struggle because they're out of the struggle. But we need some people, yes, God, that are willing to show you what the struggle looks like as they're in the struggle, what the process looks like as they're in the process, while all hell is raging loose, so you can see what true strength looks like. Because I can come on here, I have the gift to gab. It is a gift and it is a curse, because sometimes it gets me in trouble, my mouth, and sometimes it sets many free, But I can move you guys with words and be confident in that. Or I can show you guys the truth. And why I'm in tears is because when you do right, when many are walking to the right and you walk to the left, it is so lonely. It is so... Jesus said it like this. He said the narrow path is hard. And I think we read these scriptures and we're not understanding, and we're not meditating, and we're not really fully meditating on the things that these scriptures say. He said the narrow path is hard. And he said the wide leads to destruction. But it's wide. It looks glamorous. It looks good. People are eating steaks and lobster and driving BMWs and all of these things. So it seems like the place to be. And in a narrow path, yes, you'll be eating steaks and driving BMWs, but there's a process that goes on with that. There's a pruning that goes on with that. And there's crucifixion and persecution. There's so many things that goes through walking through that narrow door. So many people forsake it. There's times even me, and I'm like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing what's right? Why am I teaching these children what's right? Why am I going against the grain every day out here trying to protect people and pray for people, and the same people that I rally for, the same people who are against me? Why do I do it? Why? And then I hear God, I hear the Holy Spirit, and he says, like, why not? Think about all of those times that even though all hell is raging against you, did I not heal you? When they tried to diagnose you with things, did I not heal you? When anxiety and depression and suicidal thoughts came against you, did I not give you the strength to go through that thing, to go through it and still be standing? When you didn't have no money, did I not supply your daily needs? Or when there was times that there was nothing there, did I not equip you how to fast and how to pray and how to seek me? So I come on now vulnerable like I always do, just to tell you that you're not alone, but you got to just keep pressing, because many are the blind is leading the blind, and many are falling to the wayside. Many are going to burn straight in hell, and what you see is their portion, and that's it. And many, in due time, you will reap harvest. But we have to stop mistaking harvest. And I feel this in my spirit, even for myself. We have to stop mistaking harvest for being tangible things. And we have to start looking deeper. Like I just put up a post about how, culture and how people look at people and judge a book by its cover. And I have two sons that when they're walking with their do-rag, society might say they're thugs and they're cons, but these are educated brothers. These are boys that are educated, that are outnumbering so many people out here on the island. And they have a mother that has a GED, a mother who was in the streets, who fought, who did so many things, but they're overcoming, and my daughter is overcoming. That's harvest. That people stop me and say, your kids are extraordinary. That's harvest. That I have a sane mind and I'm not weighed down by depressions and anxiety medications. That's harvest. That's harvest. That I can come on here and go through hell and still encourage you. We have to stop looking at other people's portion. We have to stop looking at other things and looking at it as a success. Whether or not your business is flourishing, just the fact that you had heart to birth the business, that's harvest. That's harvest. So you can take this message how you want to take it. I thank God that I'm filled with humility and I'm not afraid to be myself in a world full of people who don't even know themselves. And that's okay too, because there was a time where I wanted to be like everybody else. I wanted to preach like everybody else. I wanted to have a ministry like everybody else. I wanted to sell products and do things like everybody else. And I just thank God that I'm learning to love me for me and be willing enough to be a student. Some of you have to go back to the basics. I don't care how much you know scripture. I don't care how much you think you know this and you think you know that. You have to forever be a student in this world, because every day this world will blow your mind. So you have to be a student, and you have to be willing to even be God's student. And sometimes there's a season where this seems like a drought. This seems like it's hardship, but it's really you facing you. It's really him showing you. He's showing you what you're lacking and what you need pruning in. So we have to be mindful of those things and be mindful and grateful of your portion and have patience with yourself. Some of you have so much patience with everybody else, but you have no patience with yourself. Have patience with yourself, because let me tell you something. Many people are not like me, and they don't bring you on the process, and they don't bring you on the journey. They just show you the highlight. And it's some people, it took years for them to get that highlight that you see. Because, and you know, I like to say that we're in a gray era, because I call this the informational age. I tell people, they say, how you birth the book? How you do this? And I say, I sit and I read and I learn. And sometimes when I don't feel like reading, I watch YouTube. Instead of being in people business, I watch informational stuff. People are dropping free jewels every day, just like this. This is $1 million worth of jewels for free. All you got to do is just have patience enough to sit and listen and let it resonate in your spirit. But just as easy as this is the information stage and you can learn things, you can also be misled by seeing so much, by being overloaded with so much. And it makes you forget about process, because you don't have to go through a book and go through a Webster dictionary and flick so many pages to find that that one word that you want to define. We're in an age where you can just click one button and find it. But because of that, there's an overload. And if you're not carefully balanced, it will unbalance you. So I wanted to come on and I just wanted to encourage you. Yes, with tears in my eyes, I don't care. And I'm not being overly emotionally. I'm just being authentic and passionate. Just trust your process. It is hard. People are going to be jealous of you because of your strength. People are going to be jealous to really want to invest in you because they're afraid that they might be helping you to excel to greatness. There's going to be all types of things with this walk. But you have to be fully invested in yourself. You have to be fully invested in your purpose and your call when it gets hard. I'll leave this with you. Every successful person that you see that is killing it, their story is deep. But one thing that they all had in common besides the same 24 hours was they didn't give up. Your tenacity to not give up is going to bring you where you need to go. Your tenacity and audacity to be who you are called to be is going to separate you from mediocre and average. You just gotta be different. And you just gotta know when being you needs some growth. Knowing when being you needs to listen more. Knowing when being you needs to unite more, needs to love more. You gotta have accountability. And you gotta respect real. Everybody that's saying they for people, they ain't for people. But because you see, 1 million followers behind that, or you see them, some of them don't even own that car. Some of them is, can't even eat because they trying to, act like they're driving this and living like this. And you can't let that blind you from truth. Because the truth is, what you listen to, what you invest your time into is what molds you. What you invest in is what molds you. Whether you want to realize it or not. Most of us tell our children to be careful who they hang around with, to be careful what they listen to be careful what they read and stuff like that. And we have to be mindful as adults to listen to what we preach. Same thing with me. I have to be mindful of what I preach, and I have to apply it to my life. So when all hell breaks loose, I have to stand on faith, because faith is the foundation of my brand. Whether I'm selling waist trainers, whether I'm selling books, whether I'm speaking, my brand is faith and righteousness. So I have to apply that to my life, no matter what comes. I don't know who this is for, but you're not alone. You feel alone. People have left your side who said they would never leave your side, but you are not alone. God is right there, and you got you. And as long as you got you, you're going to be all right. So I pray this bless you. Share this video. This will help somebody. Somebody's on the verge of suicide. Somebody just want to give up. Somebody is just checking out. And this is your confirmation that it ain't time. You don't check out. You check out when God call you. When God, because he's the I am. When he says lights out, that's when lights is out. Until then, you fight. You fight. You fight. You fight. You fight. You fight. Some of you guys can fight so much with the hands, but when it come to this thing called life, you fold. You fight this thing called life. Those who haven't purchased my book or my waist trainers or my shirts, the link is in the description. But I love you guys, and I'm gonna keep fighting. That's who I am. That's who I am. And when I take my last breath, I'm going to be known for a fighter. I'm going to be known for a person that was consistent with her walk. And every day it's like I'm bipolar in my brain sometimes, because I be fighting my own thoughts. I be fighting my own self. But it's me against me. It's not me against nobody else. It's me against me. Because Satan has no power. He has influence, but he has no power. And when we realize that, and stop being afraid to look things in the eye and just go for it, that's when we're going to be defeating some things. So God bless you guys. Share this thing. I love you guys. All right. Bye. Pray to slay.